good morning, Victor. How are you?
I'm doing great, Fernanda. How are you doing? Good?
I'm also doing really great. Today I'm going to be asking you about your immigration from your native country to Canada.
Perfect.
Okay, so what is your full name, Victor?
It is Victor Lobo.
Is your name different in your native language?
In a way to pronounce it?
Yeah, or like spelling?
You know what? No, that was actually very good. It's the same. It's Victor
Where did you live before you immigrated to Canada?
in Venezuela, in South America.
What specific circumstances caused you to immigrate?
The main reason why we came to Canada, it was because Venezuela became a very unsecure country, right? So that's the main reason why.
Was it a personal decision or did somebody else make it for you?
You know what, Fernanda? No, it was totally a personal decision. Yeah.
How old were you when you immigrated to Canada?
I was 30 years old.
Years old. What have you heard about Canada before you came?
You know, I heard many things. I heard that it was very cold because of the winter. Yeah. But I also have the opportunity to come here 2 times with my family to spend a few months, and I was able to see how people are in a short term, right? But see how people are, the culture, and that actually was a good boost for me to decide to come to this country.
Did you see any pictures or photos of Canada?
Yes, we did.
What did you think of them?
Oh, you know what? We saw many pictures and videos actually about the summer, about things that you can do, about the winter, and a lot of ice.
Where specifically in your former country did you live?
I live in the capital. It's Caracas is the capital of Venezuela.
What was your life like back in Venezuela?
You know what? It was actually good. We had a good work. It was busy. But you know what? Sometimes you put in the balance what is more important, and then you have work. I'm busy. I'm doing a bunch of good things, but then there is a lot of insecurity, right, in the country. And then what is more important for you, right? I was in that process to getting married and grow a family, and from my perspective, it was not the right place to be.
Yeah. What was going on there at times?
You know what? We had a government that actually it was quite like a communist, right? And the insecurity in the country was growing crazy. A lot of kidnapping people and things like that, right? So it didn't make any sense whatsoever to really having a work, and you cannot even be able to go outside and things like that because people can steal things for you, right?
Yeah. Now that you said a little bit about your government, can you tell me more about your government before you left Venezuela and immigrated to Canada?
Yeah, you know what? People, they were saying that, like I said, it was a democratic country, and it wasn't. You either have 2 options. You either do what the government says, or then you are against the government, right? And by you being against them, then you can get in trouble, right? So there was not really much to say, right, or to do, other than really do what they said,
yeah.
Right? And besides what your feedback might be, the reality is that the country, even right now, has been is even worse. And I thought that when I came to Canada, it was really bad, and right now it's really worse, right?
Yeah. What date or year did you arrive to Canada?
You know, I remember that day very clear. We arrived on July 26th on 2003.
Did you immigrate to Canada alone or with friends or family?
I immigrated with my wife. We got married that year, 2003, and then we came together.
Was it hard to leave or was it exciting?
You know, Fernanda, I think it was a combination of both, right? There was a lot of excitement because of a bunch of uncertainty, right? About where am I going to be living, who are going to be my new friends, where am I going to be working, and at the same time it was hard because you're leaving your friends and all your family, right? It's a mix of both, right? Which is actually a good feeling, by the way.
That's good. Did you miss any family members or friends?
We did, yeah, a lot.
How are you in touch with them?
You know what? As the time technology has been improving, and at the beginning it was only phone calls. I don't know if there were those phone cards that you used to buy in the convenience store, $5, and then you call your family, but it was quite expensive, right? Nowadays, you know, with your cell phone, you can do technology. That's right. You can do video calls, you can do WhatsApp, and you name it, right?
Yeah. When you immigrated to Canada, what specific methods of transportation did you use?
Oh, airplane.
Are you a Canadian citizen now?
We are, yes. Yes.
When did you become an official citizen here in Canada?
We became Canadian citizens in 2009. November 2009, I believe. November or December 2009.
What did you do in order to become an official citizen?
You know what? If things haven't changed, I believe the first requirement, you need to be a permanent resident, which we were. Then you need to wait in a period of 5 years. You need to be within the country 3 years. And then you need to write an exam, right? And in that exam, they ask you a bunch of questions about Canada, right? About the province and many other stuff. And then you pass that exam, and then you are able to be a Canadian citizen.
Did you consider living anywhere else but Canada?
I did. We thought about going to Australia, but then when we figured things out, we decided to come to Canada.
Did you have any family members here in Canada?
Yes, I have my sister. She came before me, right? And she was here already when we came.
When you immigrated to Canada, did you feel welcomed?
Very welcome. Canada, I would say that it's a very welcoming country.
Did you know any English before you arrived?
I thought I knew. I thought that I spoke English, and but I was mistaken, right? So
Yeah.
it was hard. But you know what? I learned, right? And now things are way better.
Was it difficult to communicate when you first arrived?
Very difficult. Yeah, very, very difficult.
Can you tell me about how your life has changed since you came to this country?
Oh, wow. A lot. It's a lot of changes. I would say 360 degrees, right? So you appreciate more things. I have learned many other stuff that I wouldn't have learned that in Venezuela, right? I have many things to thank to this country.
That's great. Did you have a job in what job did you have in your home country, Venezuela?
You know what? I'm computer engineering, and I used to work in telecom. And luckily enough, still in this country, I'm doing the same type of job.
If you would not have immigrated to Canada, how do you think your life would have been back in your home country today?
Wow, really different and really bad, I will say, right? So as I mentioned a few minutes ago, when we left Venezuela, I thought that things were really bad, right? But nowadays it is even worse, right? People, they cannot even find food, they cannot get water sometimes, hydro in your house, sometimes you cannot get it. And it would be very difficult if having 3 kids, which I have right now, plus my wife, living in Venezuela, it will be probably a nightmare.
Tough.
Yeah, very tough.
If you had children, were they born in this country?
They were. I have 3 girls, and they were born here in Canada.
Do they speak your native language?
They do. Yes, they speak Spanish, they speak English, and they speak French.
Well, thank you, Victor, for spending some time here with me and doing this interview with me about your immigration. Yeah.
Thank you, Fernanda. Thank you for your time.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.